Well, our Champions League run today gets started when we play Bayer, and I suspect when the game is done, we're probably going to need at least 3 of the product that town is most famous for, and a stiff drink. My name's FM19, and this is the Ritornu Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 70. Well, since last episode, we've been, uneven to say the best, although our results are very even. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. I believe I talked about the OGC Nice game last episode. I think that's right, because we were going to play Lyon as a live comp, but the episode went long, and I decided not to do it because we're playing Bayer Leverkeusen today. So Lyon absolutely thumped us 3-0. We could not put anything together this game. Lyon had 18 shots, 11 on target. We had 7 and 4. We had just the subpar performances all around. Even Ramirez ended up on a 6-1. And it was just, it was early enough in the season that I think we should be okay. If not, I don't know. We then drew at Montpellier. They're currently 8th in the league. Guzman Fernandez goal in the 28th minute. That was very, very nice. We had 12 shots, 6 on target. Montpellier had 13 and 6. We had our chances. We just could not make the most of it. Fernandez had one that was turned away by Ula, who is the Montpellier goalkeeper. Frank had a shot as well that was pretty close, but this is one of those games we're just going to rue our missed chances. That's all that boils down to. Today, though, it is Champions League football, and we are playing Bayer Leverkeusen, who finished 2nd in the Bundesliga last year. They've been a perennial top 4 team the past 8 years or so. They had 1 year where they finished in 5th place. So they're a good squad. They've got some good players. I think as long as we do well, if we can hold them to a draw, I will be very, very happy with that. So I'm going to go check the best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to come back for our first Champions Cup game against Bayer Leverkeusen in just a bit. I totally forgot to do this. We did get a couple more players in at the end of the transfer window. First in, Jean-Lucas Camp from Bayer Leverkeusen. Midfielder on loan. I think I talked about it in the last episode. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Here is depth more than anything else, but he will definitely get starts, be part of the midfield rotation, especially as we go further into the season. We then brought in Javier Ruiz from Vitoria. 19 years old, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, attacking midfielder on the left. I wanted some depth here. I don't have any other good wingers on the left other than Frank. And seeing as how Frank is technically my 3rd backup at striker and 3rd backup at advanced midfielder on the right, I wanted someone who could come in and spell Frank and eventually take over for him. Frank's 28 years old. He's 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. He's not going to get any better. Ruiz wasn't even listed for transfer. He was listed for loan, and when I saw how good he was, part of me thought, let me try and get him on loan and then put a clause on there that I would buy him at the end. And then I thought, you know what, let me just make an offer and see if they go for it. And he's valued at 2.6. Well, he was valued at 2.4 when I looked at him originally. I made an offer for 5 million euros straight up, and they jumped all over it. He was happy to come here too. So like I said, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, nice physicals, good acceleration, good agility, decent pace, good stamina. The strength isn't too bad either. The determination it's adequate. I'm hoping I can raise that up a little bit. Determination is a very, very big thing with me. His off the ball could be a little bit better, but his work rate's nice. His technique of 15 is great. The passing at 10 is, it can be better for this level. But the first touch of 15, the dribbling 11 is okay. The crossing at 10 can be worked on as well. But like I said, he's 19 years old. He will definitely grow into the role. He will be part of the rotation this year, probably take over the starting job next year, and then take over full-time year after next. Well, and this is the team we are starting today, playing our... they're calling it a 4-1-4. What the heck, guys? Come on. It has to be something with the roles you choose. That's all there is. Ramirez in goal. Amita, Ponzo, Cristiano, and No as a defensive back 4. Soldevia as a defensive midfielder behind Heraldez and Redenusiuk. Frank and Bamba as the attacking midfielders, and Fernandez up top as the striker. Why is No playing defensive right back? Because when I registered the squad for the Champions League, I couldn't get everybody in that I wanted to. And part of me said, okay, no worries, I'll just leave these guys off. And I totally did it and hit accept without thinking about it far enough in ahead. And as a result, Mattis Force is not part of our Champions League team, which means I have no defensive right backs other than No and Remark Kone, who I really don't want to start. Kone's coming off the bench. Yeah, this one's totally on me. I'm really not helping our cause here. In other news, our under-19 team got beat by Bayer's under-19 team 1-0. It was a pretty good game. We both had our chances. We got Carrier some goal. This could be good for us. Unless Ta hits the crossbar. Oh, nice save. Third save. Oh, it finally went in. Oh, fifth time was not the charm for Ramirez. To their credit, Bayer kept up the attack on that. Let's see what happened here in the 3D. Is he reviewing it? I have some music for this. Goal's confirmed. Okay, let's see what happened here. Everard sends it in. Ta hits it, hits the crossbar. Cadiogo hits it, Ramirez blocks it. Ramirez blocks the shot again, then Manuel does this slide tackle thingy and finally dinks it past Ramirez. He's on sides. Are we going to see the goal line technology? Nope, because I have that turned off. Because it seems every time there's a close, questionable goal, they always went to that. Ramirez, out towards nobody in a Bastia uniform. Linder stops it, sends it over to Ta. Up to Karioglu. Back to Ta. Long pass towards Manuel, who split the defenders, never stopped running, holds it up, crosses it in, knocked away. Radusik sends it up to Bamba. Drives forward on the right. Dispossessed, gets it back. Over to Fernandez. He drives forward. He's got help. But instead, holy cow. Wow. Usually I'm not a fan of long shots, but that was a great long shot. That was a good recovery by Bamba. Fernandez just keeps running, splits the defenders. That's easily 25 yards, 27 yards. I should know this by now. Holy cow, that was a strike. 4 yellow cards, though. That's not good. And Soldavia's going to get sent off, you... Soldavia is a team leader, too. 2 yellow cards in the space of 13 minutes. Let's see how we do a man down for a little bit. Now, no highlights the second half so far. We're a little past 60 minutes, so I'm going to make a couple of changes. Fernandez is going to come off, and Foster is going to come on. He was slightly injured earlier in the week, and he's not entirely match fit, plus the yellow card is really counting against him. Do I take Geraldes off, or do I leave him on? You know what? We're going to go about another 10 minutes or so and see what happens. Okay, they're going more attacking. We're going back to balanced. Oh, both my midfielders have yellow cards. And Cristiano. You know, we're going to get Cristiano off, bring on Igor Zorzetto on. When I did get him on loan from Bayer, I stipulated that he could play his parent club, which is why he's on the Champions League squad. And probably why Mattis Force isn't. Corner kick. Larson sends it in. Frank knocks it down. Lamer there is, well, it's a weak header. Ramirez gets it. Brings it up to the top of the box. He's got options. Sends it towards Frank. Headed over to Foster, who's between the defenders. Takes the shot. Karius with a nice block. Corner kick in. Geraldes. Sends it in. Ponzo's there. Just wide right off the header. 5 minutes left. I will take a draw. A draw is a credible result, especially being a man down for 2/3 of the game. Ponzo. All the way back to Ramirez, who stops it. Well done, Ramirez. Well done of them. Yeah, good grief, that's the game. Holy cow. Well, Sotavia is going to get a 2-week fine and a bollocking. Jeez, we're not really helping ourselves there. We hold on to the draw. It was lucky, I will admit it. However, the Fernandez goal was brilliant. Nice long shot. Received 900,000 euros for our draw, so there'll be a suspended 1 match. 2 weeks salary. Confirm. I do not care. Jonathan Ponzo, who's the team captain this year, please resolve this. I'm not going to discuss it with him. You know what, dude? You got sent off for a double yellow in a Champions League game with 60-something minutes left. You totally deserve that. We got Mets coming up. We've got 4 games in 13 days. So it's one of the reasons I've got 58 total players on the squad this year. Now, granted, a lot of those are youngsters, and a decent amount of them are out on loan, but we need it this year. I mean, the team we really faded last season, the last few weeks. We were lucky we clinched when we did. If it came down to we needed a last day victory to clinch 4th place, I don't think we would have gotten it. You know, we lost so many games. We lost or drew so many games at the end of last season. So, you know what? Yeah, Mets on the 19th, Marseille on the 23rd, Amiens on the 26th, and then Real Madrid on the 30th. Fun times. So, what I'm going to do is save the game here at the moment. And then we're going to come back for the game away at Mets in just a bit. Well, it's I take that back. It's a mostly rotated squad today as we play Mets. Ramirez in goal, Magalhães, Ponzo, Zorzetto, and Flores as the defensive back four. Gajikadiev as the defensive midfielder behind Santi and Comp. Ruiz and Rolland as the attacking midfielders, and Foster up top as the striker. So Mets is currently mid-table. They're in 11th place, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to see how some of the backups do against, quality first-team players. One of the things I am really worried about this season is the amount of rotation we're going to have. And like I mentioned last game, it really caught us at the end of the year, and I'm hoping to avoid that if possible. So a lot of the players I have on the field, they're a bit younger, but they're capable, and it also gives them an opportunity to grow in their role. Ponzo, up to Comp, taps it up to Rolland, holds it up, crosses it in, Ruiz runs it down. It's going to be dispossessed though. Sends zone. Santonze has it. Sends it up, but Ponzo's right there. Magalhães to Gajikadiev. Back to Ponzo. Sends it up into space. No one's there, though. No, Camp dispossesses. Rolland has it. Back to Flores. Over to Gajikadiev. To Rolland. Sends it in. Ruiz. Ruben with a nice save. Good save by the Mets keeper. Flores knocks that ball away. Santi has it, sends it up to Camp. Over to Rolland. Brings it forward. Holds it up, crosses it over to Camp in the center. He brings it forward, takes the shot, but it's wide right. Not a lot wide right, but just enough. Coming up on halftime, it has been all Bastia this first half. 7 shots, 4 on target to their 2 and none. We've had a decent possession. Well, they've had the possession advantage. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at passes completed, 8%, going, holy cow, that's a great possession advantage, but it's not. They've had a 60% possession advantage to our 40, but they haven't been able to do anything with it. So as you can see here, Comciana, Rolland, and Ruiz are all starting their first game. Camp's had 1 start, Gajikadiev's had 1 start and 1 off the bench, Zorzetto's had 1 start and had 1 off the bench as well. Well, no highlights this second half so far. We're going to make a couple of changes here. Gajikadiev is going to come off and Muller is going to come on. Santi is going to come off and Renanusiak is going to come on. Camp and Renanusiak are going to switch. And then, you know what? We're going to call this good. And we're going to make 1 change probably about the 75th minute. Well, that went by quick. 75 minutes in, what we're going to do is we're going to switch Magalhães to the center and make him the ball-playing defender that he is trained to be. And Ponzo, we're going to make the defensive left back. And that's all we're going to do for right now. Santonze Gets that ball to Kwame, up to Poblete. Back to Sintonze. To Poblete. To Tapsoba. To Kwame. Or to Gobo. Drives forward, splits the defender. Dada is there. Dada, rather, and he puts it far post. Looks like it's being reviewed. Looks like it's being overturned. I don't know why it's being reviewed, though. It looks like he was on sides. Unless they're saying someone else was offsides. No, he's on sides. I have to go very attacking here. We'll lose this game on a late goal, aren't we? Kwame throws it in. Camp knocks it away and out of bounds, and that is the game. Well, it's a game of halves. We were definitely better in the first half. Mets came on in the second half. They had 2 shots in the first half, 7 in the second. We had 7 shots in the first half, 1 shot in the second. That was... I don't know. Was I wrong in switching Ponzo and Magalhães there? I think that was the right move. I wanted to get him some training time. I didn't think we were going to lose a lot. And, of course, that's where Dada went through to score his goal. So, who knows? No, really, I'm asking. Who knows? I mean, it could be I completely, screwed up there. Which is entirely possible. We got Marseille coming up in 4 days. So the table looks like this at the moment. We're down in 9th place. 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses for 8 points. Frank leads us with 4 goals and 7.38 rating. Armand and Andre Soldevilla both have 2 assists. Soldevilla the best. Pass completion, Guzman Fernandez, 2 players in the match awards, rather. 7 goals are 10th highest, 9 goals are 7th best. We're still top 5 in yellow cards. And both Lyon and Paris have yet to lose a game. Same for Monaco, and they've got 2 games in hand. Why do they have 2 games in... Why does Monaco have 2 games in hand? I have the Jeremison testimonial. It's just the way their schedule broke down. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do is take a fairly long break. We are going to come back for the Porto game at home. We're going to skip Real Madrid away, and fingers crossed we'll at least get a credible result against them. I'd settle for a draw like we got against Bayer. I'd be okay with that. But that's going to be the plan. We're going to come back for the game against Porto. Not exactly the best performance against Bayer, but it's a credible draw. And it kind of... Yeah, that's kind of oxymoron. Well, I mean, there's no kind of about it. It's either is or it isn't. It's like being pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. That was a little bit odd. Well, that was oxymoronic. It was a good performance against Bayer in that we held them to a draw, despite the fact Andre Soldevilla got sent off. I think if he had stayed on, there's a chance maybe we could have pulled off an upset. But something tells me that wasn't Bayer's best game either. We'll have to see what happens on the flip side for that. The game against Metz, though, on the other hand, that was just missed opportunities. I probably screwed things up by switching the tactic around at the end there. But we'll have to see what happens. Magalhães is still going to get played as a ball-playing defender against a lot of the weaker teams, while Almeida plays defensive left back. So, that said, if you liked what you seen or heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. I ran out of breath there. My name's FM19, and you're watching the Return of Gloria, SC Bastia, Episode 70.